Like I'm outside.
Do you feel like you're it's daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
Are you alone or with others?
Alone.
Hmm. And do you feel young or old there?
Mm, I feel young.
Feel younger than 20?
Mm-hmm.
How old do you feel?
Like maybe 5 or 7.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel there? Emotionally, physically, how do you feel?
I feel by myself, like
Mm-hmm.
outside by myself.
Mm-hmm. You feel male or female?
Mm, I think female.
Mm-hmm. What's the temperature like there outside?
Mm, I think it's just like cool because I'm just like sitting outside with no coat, so it's
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm. Sitting outside with no coat. What are you wearing?
hmm like a t-shirt and just like shorts.
Mm-hmm. And what color is your skin?
Mm, mm,
Trusting
I
your
think
first.
brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think brown.
Mm-hmm. And your hair. Describe your hair.
Ponytail.
Ponytail. Color is your hair.
Dark, like black.
Mm-hmm. And as you're out there sitting, what are you sitting on?
Uh, I'm just sitting outside, just like on the ground by myself. I don't see anybody around.
Mm-hmm. What are you wearing on your feet?
Sandals.
Mm-hmm. And as you're sitting out there on the ground, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting down with my hands around my legs, just looking out, just like looking out the water. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody around me.
Looking out the water. What else do you notice? Anything
I
that
just
stands out?
noticed, just it's just dark. Like it's just like late. Like it shouldn't be. I shouldn't be outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just dark.
Mm-hmm. And do you live nearby where you're sitting? Or are you just visiting this
Mm,
place?
mm, I'm not sure. I'm just. It's like I'm just sitting outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nothing around.
Nothing. Mm-hmm. But you notice the water.
I think it's more like it's like I'm sitting outside looking at the stars. Like that's all I can see is like at night when you are looking out at the stars. That's more what I see than the water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But nothing's around.
Mm-hmm. And tell me as you're sitting there what happens next.
I look around. I get up and then I see like a car coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I see a car come up like a station wagon or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Then I look inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you notice when you look inside?
Um, it's like my grandfather's in the car.
Your grandfather. Mm-hmm.
So he's telling me to get in the car.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about seeing your grandfather?
I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. What do you do next?
Um, I think I'm standing trying to figure out if I want to get in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what thoughts are going through your mind? Just try to figure that out.
I think because I like being outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep turning around like, I'd rather be sitting outside than going wherever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what do you
Like,
decide to do?
hmm, um, I decide to go in a car.
Mm-hmm. And tell me what happens next.
I feel like I fall out the door or something. Like the door opens and I fall out of it.
Mm-hmm. And what happens when you fall out?
When I fall out, I feel like I just fall. I just like roll. I just roll down the street or down a dirt road or something. And I'm like really confused about it. But I fall out the side of the door.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
Mm. Then I'm just kind of like disoriented. Like what just happened?
Mm-hmm. And where's your grandfather? Is he still there with you?
For some reason, I see the car like just keep going or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm just kind of back where I started, just like by myself again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what happens next?
Mm. So then I kind of like brush off my arms and stuff, and then I'm just kind of like, okay, what do I do now?
Mm-hmm. Or so what happened? Did you fall on purpose out of the car? Were you pushed, or did you jump out yourself, or was it an accident?
I feel like I opened the door so I could
Mm-hmm.
fall out. I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like I really wanted to be in the car in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you want to be in the car?
I don't know. I don't feel like I trust him or something. Like it
Interesting.
does. Yeah, I feel like it's like I recognize him as my grandfather, but I don't trust him or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. It feels like I don't know. It feels like he is not for my good. Like he want to lure me somewhere or something.
Mm-hmm. Has he done that things like that before?
No, it's like he looked like him, but it's not really him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
You can.
I feel like he trying to lure me in the car.
Mm-hmm. So how do you connect with that man's energy? Let me know you recognize him as anyone in your current life.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Who do you live with?
Mm, I just don't see anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm just feeling. I'm like I'm just nobody's looking for me. I'm just kind of wandering.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you spend most? What do you sleep at night?
Mm, I feel like I'm just walking through the woods, just trying to see where I land at.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't belong to anybody really.
Mm-hmm. All right. And what part of the world is this? Where do you live?
I think it's in the South.
Mm-hmm. What year is it?
I see 1837.
Mm-hmm. What's your name?
I see. I see the name Mary.
Mary. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, Mary. You're there walking through the woods. Tell me what happens next.
Um, I just see like people trying to come get me or something. Like this lady trying to get me, and then people are like holding her back from coming to like getting me.
Like,
Like she wants me. Like she's trying to get me, but people are holding her arms back from getting me.
mm-hmm.
But I don't really want her to get me.
Who is this woman?
I feel like she's my mother. Like I'm hers, but people won't let her get to me. But I don't really want her either.
Mm-hmm. Your mom described her?
Mm. It's like she's black, and she's trying to pull away from these people so she can't come and get me.
Mm-hmm. This place you're in, so you see people. What people are holding her back?
Mm. I can't really see their face. I just see like their silhouettes, like
Mm-hmm.
just trying to pull her back. And as much as she tries to get to me, they pull her away. But I really don't. I'm kind of looking at her like I don't really want to go over there either. I just want to kind of.
Mm-hmm. And these people, what else do you notice around you where these people are?
Um, it's like we're in the woods, and it's like she's trying to get me, but then there's a car.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it might be. I feel like it might be like segregation time or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's some type of like white people trying to um like pull her in a car or something,
Mm-hmm.
and she's trying to get me, but I'm kind of running on my own.
Mm-hmm. You said people are trying to pull her in the car?
Yes,
Pull her in the car to do what?
just to take her away.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Take her.
the guy who was in the car, I feel like he was like white or something, trying to lure me in the car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how it feels to me. Like it's just not safe for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And your mother, connect with her energy. Tell me if you recognize her energy as anyone in your current life.
Mm, mm, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
And you don't want to go with your mom. So how do you feel about your mom?
Mm, I just think I'm better off by myself,
Mm-hmm.
even though I know it's not safe. But I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really connect with her. I think I don't. When I look at her,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I know we have a I know we have a connection, but I don't feel like I still want to go with her, even if they let her go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell me what happens next.
And I just keep walking in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like nothing just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like on to the next thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of happy. I'm just kind of like skipping around, just in my
Mm-hmm.
own world.
Mm-hmm. And what thoughts are going through your mind as you do that?
That I'm just happy for some reason.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tell me what happens next.
Mm, mm. I think I'm just walking and like I see cars and stuff away from me, but I'm just trying not to get as far as away from just the activity as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of go further and further into the woods
Mm-hmm.
with really no purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to be by myself.
Mm-hmm. All right. And tell me what happens next.
Mm. I just stop and kind of go like I said before, and just kind of have my arms around my knees and just kind of sitting there crying with my head in my between my legs. Just kind of sad because I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm. So you're sad because you're by yourself, but you don't want to be with your mom, and you don't
Mm-mm.
go with anyone else. What do you really want? You want to be by yourself? Who do you want to be with?
Mm. I don't think I know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go ahead and close that scene. Mary, close that scene. I want you to move forward to the very next important event in that life as Mary. I'll count from 3 to 1. When I get to 1, you'll be at the very next important event in that same lifetime as Mary. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and be there now. Where are you?
Mm. It's like
Inside? Where?
I'm in a little barn house.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm like maybe 23 or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. And are you alone there, or are there others with you?
There's like other people in there. It's like other ladies in there, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like I don't want to be in there either. Like that same feeling I had before, but I'm just older now.
Mm-hmm. In this barn house, you're inside the barn house or outside of the barn house?
Inside,
Mm-hmm. And do you live in this place, or is this some place you're visiting?
I live there.
Mm-hmm. And you live there with?
Um, I think I lived there with my grandmother and just a bunch of ladies, like I think aunts and like family members.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about living there with them?
Mm, it's okay, but I'm just like I'm looking out the window like what's next for me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be here. I just don't want to be here. This is not the life I want.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about your life. What that life that you don't want? What do you do
Mm,
typically during the days?
like in this house, it's like it's just like it's overcrowded. It's too many. There's
Mm-hmm.
just too many people in there, and it's this lady is like giving birth, and my grandmother's like helping her like a
Mm-hmm.
midwife, and I think it's just I'm just grossed out by it.
Mhm.
And it's just like I'm looking at all the blood that's coming out, and it's just not something that I want to see.
Mhm.
And so I really want to not live. I just really don't want to be around.
Mhm. And what are your thoughts on where do you want to go to? Where would you rather be?
I just want to be exploring. Just
Mhm. Well, how old were you around? What age were you when you there with your when you moved into that home with your grandmother and those other women?
I think I have to kind of do what I'm told, and I really just want to be independent, but I can't do it because
Mhm.
of the time.
And what time is that?
I keep saying 1837, but I feel like that's what it was before.
Mhm. And so you say you can't do what you want to do because of the time. What are they telling you that you have to do instead?
Like what the ladies do, because all of the ladies are like, um, they're like doing the midwife stuff, like the cooking stuff, and the
Mhm.
it's nothing but ladies in there, and I really don't want to do that.
Mhm. Is there a reason that there are only women there, no men?
Mm. I keep I keep hearing like that they're out fighting or something.
The men are out fighting?
Yeah,
Mhm.
like they're out at war or something.
Mhm.
But the women are the only ones there. Like the men are gone.
Mhm.
Like it's just like a house. It's like a area full of women.
Mhm. And describe this house.
It's like a wooden. Like everything is wood. Like it's like big beams,
Mhm.
like big beams that's like stacked up. It's a big house. It's just all wood with like a wood stove. Everything's wood,
Mhm.
and just like the women are chatty and
Mhm.
they're enjoying themselves, but I'm just looking out the window like what's next for me?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I just really don't I think I'm just really I just really don't I'm just not connecting with them.
Mhm.
It's almost like they're all in their own world and I'm in the house, but a part of I'm not a part of it, even though I'm physically there.
Mhm. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Kind of like a ghost, but I'm not really, but that's how I feel.
Mhm. And where's your mom? What happened to your mom?
I feel like she's there too. I feel like it's aunts, her, my grandmother,
Mhm.
but I just really don't connect with them. Like we're relatives, but
Mhm. Okay.
I'm just there.
Mhm. Let me connect with your grandmother.
Hmm.
Do you recognize her energy as anyone in your current life?
She's the same one. She's my grandmother Ruth. She's the
Mhm.
one that's doing the midwife delivering.
Mhm. Okay. Any of the other women there that you recognize their energy?
Mm, I think one of the ladies is my aunt Sheila. My aunt Sheila, she's died,
Mhm.
but she's there too.
Mhm. All right. So tell me what happens next. You're there looking out the window, wishing that you were someplace else. What happens next?
Mm. Then a car pulls up like before.
Mhm.
And then I'm trying to figure out if I want to go, if I want to stay.
Mhm.
It's the same thing. Like
Who's in that car?
it's like a white man trying to get me in there.
What is he
Like
saying to you?
before. Mm, he's just like motioning for me to get in, like
Do
out the
you
window. Like, do you want to come?
do you know him?
Mm-mm.
Mhm. And what
No,
thoughts?
I think it's like the feeling I get is like he's like a white man from the town or something. But I don't think I can trust him.
Mhm. Mhm. And what thoughts go through your mind as he's trying to get you to go with him?
Mm. Like I want to go to be free, but I don't want to leave my family.
Mhm.
And it's really not a time where I really should. I just can't trust white people.
Or not? What happens when you do that and then
So I'm torn because it's like, maybe he could be the ticket to my freedom, but maybe, he could do something bad to me because,
Mhm.
you know, we just don't we shouldn't be around them.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
really don't know.
Has that happened to you before where you trusted someone and they one of them and they did something?
Mm, no, it's just I just know
Mhm.
that it's safer to be in a house with the ladies.
Mhm. So tell me what happens next. What do you decide to do?
Mm, he drives off and then I'm still in the house.
Mhm.
And then I just come back in the house and kind of is
Mhm.
frustrated, but kind of say, well, this is my life.
Mhm.
I guess this is what I'm meant to do.
Okay. So go ahead and close that scene, Mary. Close that scene. I want you to go to the very next important event in that same lifetime. It's Mary, where something important is happening. Another important event in that lifetime for Mary. I'll count from 3 to 1, and you'll be in that next event in that lifetime. 3, 2. Take a deep breath in. 1, and be there now. Where are you?
I'm old. I'm like in a I'm like in a rocking chair.
How old do you feel there?
67,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really sad.
Mm-hmm. What are you feeling sad about?
Um, I think I'm just sad because um I just never had the children that I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And was that by choice, or why didn't you ever have those children?
Um, I think because I just chose like my whole life to be by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted to, but I never took the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I have regrets,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
know it's too late for me.
Mm-hmm. And are you alone there? Are there other people with you?
Um, there's other people. There's like younger people,
Mm-hmm.
but um, they all have children and they're younger. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just jealous.
Mm-hmm. Is this place where you live, or are you just visiting there?
It's the same house that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
I never left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So I
I'm
was
just jealous.
jealous. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. What other thoughts go through your mind as you watch these younger women there with their children?
I just feel like now I'm the now I'm what my grandmother was.
Mhm.
Now I'm the midwife,
Mhm.
and I really resent it really. But it's the
Mhm.
life that I chose
Mhm.
because I
Mhm.
never left.
Mhm. 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 Just sitting there, tell me what happens next.
Mm. And so then there's a black guy that comes and knocks on the door and that's interested in me. He's very attractive.
Mhm. And then what? How do you feel about this guy?
I really like him, but I feel like I'm too old because he's younger,
Mhm.
but he's interested in me.
How old is he?
45.
Mhm.
But I'm attractive. I'm just older,
Mhm.
but I feel like I'm too old. But
Mhm.
he really likes me.
Mhm. What's his name?
He's actually my
Easter.
husband now.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What's his name in that life?
Although he doesn't look like him. He's dark and Derek's not dark, but
Mhm.
that's who he is. So
Mhm. So what happens next?
um, it's like he's asking me if I want to like be with him,
Mhm.
and I'm really interested in him, but I'm looking at like the fact that my hair's gray and he's so much younger.
Mhm.
But I really am interested.
Mhm. Tell me what happens next.
Um, he gets on his knee and asks me to um, to marry him, but I can't believe it because I'm like, why would you want to marry me? You're so young.
Mhm. Go ahead and ask him now. Tell me what he says.
Um, he says because you're worthy. You're worth
Mhm.
it.
Mhm. Tell me what happens next. What do you say to him as far as the proposal? What do you say? Yes or no?
I'm unsure again because I'm gonna have to leave my family behind and they need me.
Mhm. How do they need you? What do you typically do for your family?
I'm the caretaker.
Mhm.
Like I'm what my grandmother did, so I handle everything because
Mhm.
everyone's so young. So I manage the house. Like there's still no men around, so
Mhm.
I'm kind of the mother of the house that handles everything.
Mhm.
But they really don't need me. That's the thing. Like
Mhm.
it's like before they're in their own world, but I'm just still there. But I'm thinking that it's my time
Mhm.
to leave.
Tell me what happens. What do you say to his proposal?
Mm. I decide to pack my bags and go,
Mhm.
and he's really happy about it.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm just packing my bags and saying goodbye to everybody, and they're happy that I'm leaving,
Mhm. Okay.
and he's happy that I'm leaving.
Mhm. All right. I'm good. Let's go ahead and close that scene. Close that scene. I want you to move forward to the very next important event in that lifetime. the very next important event in that same lifetime. Something important's happening. Count from 3 to 1. You'll be in that next event. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and be there now. Tell me what's happening.
I'm confused why I'm having my own child, but I'm old.
How old are you there?
I see 67.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you're having a child. What when you say what's happening there?
It's like I'm delivering a child, but I'm shocked because I'm so old.
Mm-hmm. You're delivering your own child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who's there with you?
Derek's there with me. It's just he and I.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still shocked. Like I'm still like, how is it that I'm so old that I'm having a child? I'm like, I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm. And tell me what happens next. You're delivering your child, giving birth.
Mm. Um, something. I feel like something's wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with it?
It just doesn't look right.
I mean, what do you notice?
Mm. It's just it's just not it's just not how it should look.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not it's just not well.
Mm-hmm. And what looks wrong with it?
It's just blood all over it.
Hmm? Is it a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fully it's just not, it's like deformed or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
the head is, it's just not,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's just deformed. It's just not, it's not fully how it should look.
Hmm. Was the baby gone to full term? Was it a full 9-month birth?
Mm, mm, I think 6 or 7. I see 6 or 7,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's
So,
not. It don't look right.
mm-hmm. Tell me what happens next.
Mm, don't, I'm so sad about it.
What happens?
Then we go and like bury it in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
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 And then it was like we have it's like we have a ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like we have a ceremony for it.
Mm-hmm. You
And then
connect
mhm,
with that child's energy. Do you recognize that child's energy as anyone in your current life?
mm, I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
just a um, I feel like that's who I keep saying is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
my brother.
Mm-hmm. What happens next? You have the ceremony.
Mm, then it's like these um, it's like these elders, or it's like these spiritual people
Mm-hmm.
are like are like they're like surrounding us while we're
Mm-hmm.
out in the woods. because
Mhm.
it's like we're out in the woods. Um, it's like we're out in the woods burying it, but it's these spiritual people,
Mhm.
like these like dead spiritual people that are like around us while we're staring at the like the little tombstone thing,
Mhm.
and they're just like watching us.
Mhm. You said the dead spiritual people,
Yeah,
like spirits,
they're
other
like our
spirits.
ancestors. Yeah.